I'm here today to speak with Joe and Paul, basically asking why they came to the show, and at the same time, did they have an already adapted motorhome or a van? Joe, please tell the camera what you've got and what you came here for today.
Hi, so yeah, we've got a adapted Sprinter that Paul converted himself, and we come to the show for ideas, but it's lacking in that for what we can get for that helps with the disability in the van. So we end up having to build things ourselves, and it would be nice if there was more of that.
It's very expensive to have anything converted. And I firmly believe, and I'm so glad that Paul has the ability, that you can do it on a lower budget. It doesn't have to be expensive. I mean, what was the first thing you adapted, Paul, on yours when you bought the van?
Well, so I bought what was a school minibus. So originally, this is about 8 years ago when we bought it, I converted it just as a campervan for us all to go away. Joe's disabilities weren't as severe then as they are now. They sort of developed.
That was exactly what happened to me.
So we've actually developed things disability-wise as we've gone along.
Yeah.
So for you, what would be the main thing you needed? I assume a ramp.
The ramp, somewhere that the wheelchair can fit, because it's one piece.
What about door width?
Yeah, well, at the moment, we take it in the back. So I end up sitting in the back of the van. I sit in the back of the van because the front's just not right.
Because my driving's so frightening, there's not any other reason.
Yeah. Also, things like capability of getting onto the bed, being able to move once I'm in bed, being able to get out of bed to use the toilet in the night when there's two of us, and actually the toilet itself.
Yes.
As said, Paul's adapted that and put it on wheels so that I can pull the toilet out.
Oh, have you got a Portaloo?
Portaloo.
Yeah.
Also it's raised it as well.
Yeah, and raised it.
Yeah, because we ended up, because the motorhome toilet was so short, it was too short for me because I can still just about stand.
Exactly.
Turn around, sit down. Yeah. So we got a Mowbray seat that it's got legs you put over the toilet. So it's got rails on it, handrails, and that works really, really well.
Yeah.
And that's what we use. But the thing is, we were lucky that the actual end of the motorhome was a wet room.
Yeah.
If it hadn't been, then it would have just been the raised toilet seat that I carry with me.
Yeah, exactly.
Because again,
and
layout is everything. When you're trying to get around in your wheelchair, inside somewhere, you need it big enough to do that.
Yeah.
If you furniture walk, fine. Because when we first started, it was a folding camper. I could get in, didn't have to do anything once I was in it.
Yeah.
I had a toilet in it, and luckily it was tall enough.
Yeah.
But I was still quite more able than I am now. You move forwards, we then had a Caravan, again, not very much room to move around. I wasn't permanently in a chair there.
Yeah.
And then you end up where we are now, where I am.
Yeah.
Now
and
it's
then you've got to have a big
ball
space.
game.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. This is where I'd love to see, even if they don't have loads of converters, because I understand, just like yourself, the new smaller converters won't always be able to afford to come to the NEC.
No.
But it would be nice to see some of the big companies, even if they said, we'll get you wider door.
Yeah.
You could carry your own ramp.
Yeah.
Get you into the Caravan or the motorhome.
It's strange.
And you could carry on converting
there are things which you think are really minor.
Yeah.
When you look at these already made motorhomes, which are a real issue. So one of the main things, if we were looking to replace ours with a built one or a coach built, because forget your disability side of it, just buying one in the first place. Because the European companies that build them, all of the entrance and the habitation doors are on the right-hand side of the vehicle, which is not something you really worry you, I suppose, if you are fully able and you can just jump in and out of the vehicle as necessary. But if you're disabled, things like we're pulling up in a lay-by, I need to be able to get out. You're either jumping out into traffic,
Yeah.
or what?
Yeah.
You're stuck, really.
Yeah, because
So-
we're in a Swift, so it's on the left side,
Yeah,
which
exactly.
is handy. But if you went to some of the other companies, as you say, theirs wouldn't be. And for me, I'd love to see at entry level, as in the factory where they build these, that one of the options is a wider door.
Yeah.
Just that is simple.
Yeah.
Carry your own ramp then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Store
yeah.
it either on the roof or store it underneath, store it wherever you like.
Yeah.
But that would be one option, would actually help and open up loads to other people.
Yeah.
But it's just finding it. I mean, you've come here for, I'm assuming, gadgets, or is there a specific thing in mind?
Well, no, we're just having a general look for bits and pieces, really.
Yeah.
And the one thing that these shows are good for is ideas. So storage ideas and things. I mean, not necessarily disability specific.
No,
But
storage.
in fairness, because of the disability, Joe's disability, and mine as well.
Yes, exactly.
Storage is a major issue.
Because I've looked around, because when the only thing you do find, and you will find if you go into one of the ones that's already adapted, they strip everything back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So therefore then
You're losing your storage.
there's no storage. So
Yeah.
for me personally, my chair in Andy's van doesn't actually have anywhere for the chair to store apart from right next to my bed, which blocks the entrance to the bathroom if anybody
Exactly.
needs it.
Yeah.
Unless Andy takes it away and brings it back for me, which disturbs him. There is no storage apart from one slim, supposed to be a wardrobe, it's actually more like a cupboard with shelves in it.
Yeah.
You've got your overhead lockers.
Yeah.
What am I going
You
to
can't
store in
reach
there?
them.
Can't reach them. The
become-
microwave.
it becomes-
The microwave. I kid you not, he can only just reach.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So I can't even do the microwave myself because the taps, the actual worktops, are deeper than the ones I've got at home.
yeah.
Can't reach tap.
Yeah.
So everything.
And you need to be able to get to a table as well. To
And
eat.
that's the only thing I can do
Right.
because as we've got two tables, one that's freestanding
Yeah.
and one that's a round one that
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
turns
Ah, yeah.
so
yeah,
it can
the
turn
new
around
turn
more,
ones.
which is fine.
I mean, you're right. The first thing that people that the specialist companies, first thing they do is strip everything
Yes,
out.
they do.
Because they give you all the room that you could possibly need for your wheelchair.
But
Never got the money
the other
back for
thing
that.
is that we tend to do a lot of off-grid as well, because as well a lot of what we're doing is going to dog shows because we have show dogs as well. So we either camp at the show or we are doing lay-by, like Paul said.
Yeah, we've
so it's
done.
also the battery thing
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Paul had to adapt it to charge the chair.
It's one
It
of the
is
things
interesting
that
to know. Yeah.
We've discussed that since I first did the van.
Yeah.
You know, what are the essentials and what are not the essentials?
Yeah.
And Joe was actually. So one thing we haven't got in the van is television.
Yeah,
Because
we don't
neither
want
of us
one.
thinks that's particularly important
Did you
when
hear
we're
that?
abroad.
They don't use the television when they're
No,
abroad. They
because-
don't think it's important.
Because when we're away, we're
Because
away.
I like my football.
Ah.
I've got Grand Prix.
You got a laptop for that?
That's at this.
Yeah.
I'm not getting pleasure out of it.
Oh.
Any pleasure out of anything else?
Yeah.
Oh no! He don't get any pleasure out of going away. He just wants to watch his sport.
Blaming me. But yeah, no, it is those people don't realise it is the little things
Yeah, it is.
that you need. and
Going
what
back
we've
to
been
your
trying to do.
initial point, you're talking about a budget.
Yeah,
And I think you have to, if anybody that's thinking of doing it, has to plan really well. And you have to really go through what it is that you need rather than what you want and what would look nice and what would look pretty. I've always worked along the basis that I need it to work properly first. It can look good after. I can go back and make it look tidy and
Exactly.
pretty later. But it needs to be able to do what it needs to be able
Yeah.
to do.
But yeah, no, I think you're right. I think people have to really pare down what they need, especially if you're disabled.
And then work up from there. There's
Yeah.
nobody saying you
Yeah.
can't build to luxury, or you can't even build a luxury vehicle to
Yeah.
start with.
Agreed.
But it's much more important that you consider the needs before you consider the wants.
And it's good, because like you've got the capability and the skills to do the things. I can't, he can,
Yeah,
but
but
he hasn't always got the ability to do certain things
Yeah.
that we might need.
But that's
and
the other
that's
thing.
what we want to
it
see
is
more of here.
changing for
Yeah.
Paul
Yeah.
because Paul's getting older.
Yeah.
He's struggling more now.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to start getting people to do those things. And if there's no one that does them, what are you supposed to do?
I'm autistic, so me explaining to other people how something's got to be done means
I
that's
know.
how it's got to be done.
Yeah.
And that doesn't go well sometimes.
No,
Yeah.
I know. In shows like this, they have to realise there is an actual big area
There's
where
a big
they
market
could
for
make
it.
budget
Yeah.
friendly
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be high-end luxury.
Yeah.
Your money, you want it. Wait, you
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because
Yeah.
actually,
for you, it's got to be right for your wife.
But exactly. But you make an important point. I'm prepared to pay good money if I'm getting what
Yeah.
I want and
Yeah,
what
exactly.
I need, or what I need. I'm not prepared to pay half that money for a job that's no good for me. It just doesn't work.
and the other thing is, like, we spend half the show, well, most of the show, looking at vans, yeah, to get lovely ideas. Most of them are the same anyway, set up. But actually, you come home going, not one of those vans would have been okay for us. There's not one,
No.
you know,
So we've spent over 10 years, I think, if we're completely honest, we started with a £12,000 vehicle, and we've probably spent,
12 on it.
I would say, 25,000 altogether, including the vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
on
makes
ours,
sense.
from scratch.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
But now,
We've
to
been
buy
here,
the
we've
van,
looked at these £250,000 vehicles and actually said, do you know what, that's not got what we need.
No.
That's not got what we need. That looks pretty and shiny, but actually that's going to be a pain for this particular thing, you know? So it is what it is.
This is exactly why I want to have more people who are willing to say this,
yeah,
simply because a little innovation goes a long way.
amazing.
Because one simple thing, and that's what we want.
Yeah.
We want, give
Yeah.
us simple ideas that don't cost a fortune,
yeah,
that all the big companies are willing to do,
yeah,
even if they've just had a thought about it and come back and gone, you know what, we can't. We don't want the straightforward, no, we don't do it, that's it.
yeah.
Well, Joe and Paul, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
joining in.